Good morning and welcome to St Moritz. This is WMRT this morning and I am Hannah White and we're joining you on day 2 of St Moritz match race. We don't quite have the conditions that we had yesterday. The sun hasn't quite come out yet, but we are keeping our fingers crossed for the sunshine to come out a little bit later and bring that fabulous breeze that we had yesterday. The race committee did a wonderful job of getting through 10 flights yesterday, so we're almost halfway through the qualifying stage of St Moritz match race. But before we look any further, let's just recap on the results from yesterday. At the top of the leaderboard, it is Ian Williams from Great Britain and Team GAC Pindar with 5 wins and no losses. A great start for him. Also with a fantastic start was Johnny Berntsen of Sweden with 5 wins and no losses. Morvan of France with 4 and 1. Then Mersky of Australia with 3-2. Also with 3-2 is Hansen of Sweden. Damien Yell of France. Then we've got Francesco Bruni with 2 wins and 3 losses. Also with 2 wins and 3 losses of Robertson of New Zealand. Jesper Radek, not a great start with just 1 win and 4 losses. Also defending champion here, Mathieu Richard with just 1 win and 4 losses. Also Monin of Switzerland with 1 win and 4 losses. And at the bottom it's Jerome Clerc, who is yet to win a race here at St Moritz match race. Now, joining me here this morning, we have Wim Rossel. I think that's right, isn't it, how you pronounce your name? Now, Wim, you are sort of in charge of all the racing here. Just tell us a little bit about your job.
Well, my job is here taking care of all the boats. If we have some damage on the boats, we have tried to fix it as fast as possible that we don't lose any time, because the wind is precious up here, so we want to do as much as possible. For today, we have those conditions actually like forecasted in the morning. It's still a little rainy, but the moment it's going to clear up, the whole thermal system starts to work. And we hope for some good Maloja wind. That's the typical wind we have here in the valley. It should build up, I think, around 1 o'clock, and then we get some good racing on for the afternoon, yeah.
So you think the sun's going to come out and we're going to get some breeze, a little bit like the conditions yesterday?
It probably might be that strong like yesterday, but it's looking good actually for the rest of the week. Even today is like the worst day, and then from tomorrow on it's going to clear up more. So wind's going to pick up, get in the valley early in the morning, like 10, 11 o'clock.
Now, you must have quite a busy week this week, looking after all the boats and making sure that all the sailors are happy and the boats are kept in one piece. Yeah,
it was. We had now 2 training days, which were fully loaded with a lot of wind, so we had quite a lot to do. But no big damages now till now, so boats are in perfect conditions, and I think skippers are really having fun out there. Yeah.
We had a couple of collisions yesterday, only small ones though. Your heart must have been in your mouth.
It's always, when we hear it on the radio, we hear it banging on the water. It's like, ooh, this one's gonna hurt. So we check it after the race, after the finish, and Eric had a few big crashes yesterday. So the point he got, the win against Richard, he's losing it with 2 half points again. So it's a little shame for him, but there were 2 big bangs yesterday. Yeah.
Well, at least your boats are still in one piece. Now, we heard Wim talking about the conditions here. Yesterday, I caught up with a local windsurfing legend to find out a little bit about the local conditions. So I've come down the road just 5 minutes to Silverplana, which is just outside St Moritz. You can see it's very windy here because I wanted to know what else St Moritz and the surrounding areas had to offer, because it is just one big adventure playground. And I've met up with Arnold, or Noldy, who is a former windsurfing champion and works down here hiring out windsurfing kit. Tell me about this amazing playground.
Yeah, Silverplana in the Engadine is very famous for its thermic winds. Every morning or every afternoon around 12 o'clock, the wind starts to get up, starts to move, and then we have thermic winds. And this is what happens now this afternoon, and that's what the people also in St Moritz need for the match racing. This is a local thermic winds.
And you think it's going to be windy all week?
Yeah, the weather forecast is for this week it stays the same, so we can expect some wind from 12 o'clock on.
Fantastic. Now, there are so many activities here to take part in. We can see behind us we've got kite surfers, wind surfers. Tell me a little bit about what people come here for.
Yeah, the Engadine is not a big valley. It's a small valley. Moritz is just about 2 or 3 miles away from here. We have about 4 lakes, and yeah, there's a lot of sailing, kiting, windsurfing, all in a small distance.
And if you're not on the water, there's loads to do here in the summer. There's lots of cycling, mountain biking, and then of course in the winter you get loads of snow.
Yeah, it's snow just opposite. We can see the Korvac. It's a very famous mountain where we have also a lot of races. And then we do snowboard, ski, a lot of fun things.
And is it mostly people here on holiday, or are they locals that are just coming to enjoy what St. Moritz and the surrounding areas has to offer?
Yeah, the locals also can do that, all those things. But mostly we have a lot of tourists. It's very famous for tourism, the Engadine. And everybody enjoys those things here.
Okay, so for the sailors in St. Moritz racing this week in the Match Cup, what sort of wind strengths do you think they can expect in the afternoons?
Yeah, here in Silvaplana we have a little bit more wind because it's a little bit more open. In St. Moritz it's a little bit more covered, so they have a little bit more gusty and turning winds. So very interesting for match racing. Here we have about 4 to 6 Beaufort, but we have less pressure. You know, up here 1800 meters. You have less pressure in your sails. That's why we have bigger kites, we have bigger windsurf sails, and the sailboats can have their sails a little bit bigger than on normal sea level.
And that's because of the altitude, presumably. How high are we here?
This is 1800 meter above sea level. This is, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, St. Moritz and the surrounding area is an amazing place to come down and take part in a load of different activities. I think it's my dream place. So we'll see how the sailors get on in St. Moritz Match Cup. So plenty to do here in St. Moritz, but for now it is all about the racing, and I'm joined by Johan from Johnny Berntson's racing team. You had a great start yesterday, Johan.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, 5-0, and of course we're very happy with that.
Now, Johnny, I know, has had a little bit of up and down this season, and it's difficult because you have a very big squad. It's never the same people at the same event. We've never met before, so you're confident for the week?
Well, it's just the beginning of the week, and so we'll just have to see. But of course it's nice to get a good start, and now we just work from where we are.
Do you think these boats suit you? Are you enjoying sailing them?
I don't think it's any special with these boats. Like Johnny's been doing good with big boats and small boats as well. But I think at least we had some days practicing with similar boats, and I think that was very useful. So, but I think also here is maybe not so much about maneuver, because the boats are not that hard to maneuver. It's more about technique, pre-start, tactics. So, yeah.
And of course the conditions, and this morning it is very different to yesterday.
Yes, today we have a very stable conditions. I think we have the same wind speed all across the court, so which is zero. So, but we'll see. It probably will be a tricky day today for sure, because it will take time before it's established. So.
Okay, well, good luck. You certainly had a great start yesterday. Thank you, Johan, from the Johnny Berntsson sailing team. With 5-0 from yesterday, he was saying there is very little wind. I can see some of the other skippers getting ready. I can see Nick Blackman. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a word with him in a minute. He is sailing with Jesper Radek. Nick, here he comes. Good morning. So not a great start for you guys yesterday.
Yes, it was quite a disappointing day for us yesterday, struggling to get some wins on the board. Sort of a pretty new team for us here, and for half the crew it was sort of first time on the boat, so I think that showed in the quite trying conditions yesterday in the breeze. So just got to keep control of the boat a bit better and go from there.
I mean, it's difficult. Normally you have Christian Scherer racing with you, but obviously he's got a different hat on this week. He is organising the event. It must make a big difference.
Yeah, no, definitely. Sort of having obviously it's all about the crews that shine are the guys that stick together, the same crew all year. And sort of unfortunately with Christian being here, but we've brought in one of our old black match boys, Tom, to do the trim. So he's a very good replacement. But yeah, we sailed past Christian a few times, and he's kind of got a bit of a smile on his face that I think he's hoping for us to step it up a bit as well.
And how's Jesper?
Yeah, Jesper's fine. Sort of same as always. We're just sort of struggling. We just have to sort of minimise the mistakes that we're all making as a crew a bit more. And we've got a tough format. We've got to win. Got to get quite a few points on the board to get through to the next stage. But we're confident. I think it's going to be a slightly different breeze today, which might let us sleep on it last night and sort of regroup today and go out firing.
You seem a little down. Are you okay?
No, I'm fine. Oh, I'd like to have a few more wins on the board, but that's how it is. But I'm not down. We've got a nice hotel to stay in. We get looked after well, so it's fine.
Good. All right. Well, keep smiling. Keep smiling. We're going to keep on going down the dock. I know that Ian Williams is getting ready to go out. He also, as same as Johnny Berntsen, had a cracking day yesterday. Ian.
Hello.
Well done.
Thank you.
Great day yesterday. You must be, sorry, I stood on your toe. You must be delighted.
Yeah, obviously really pleased to have got 5 wins on the board. You know, it's one of those venues where you just got to take the wins when they come, because they don't always come your way. So, you know, really pleased to have got those 5 wins, and hopefully we can get some more today.
A lot of people were saying yesterday that it wasn't over till it's over. You know, the sort of the luck was changing all the time. You could be ahead and then you'd suddenly be behind, and that must be quite frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's less about the start here than it is in some other venues, for sure. We were probably behind in 3 out of the 5 races yesterday, and we managed to come through in all of them. So you're right, it's never over till it's over. The game, it's really about trying to keep it close, because there's always if you can be close all the way around the course, there probably will be a passing opportunity at some point. And a lot of the challenge is actually keeping the game close and waiting for that opportunity.
We were just talking to Nick Blackman, who's saying with Jesper Radic on Adrian Leon Partners. He was talking about the struggle of having a different team at every event. You guys have stuck together for the last few events, and it's really worked for you.
Yeah, we had a few clashes early on in the year, and we chopped and changed a little bit, and I think that probably showed a little bit in our early results. But certainly the last 2 regattas, we've had the team that we sort of planned the year with, Portugal and Sweden, and here again, and we will in Bermuda and Malaysia. So. For sure, you know, I think it does make a big difference to be able to keep that consistent team. Just means you can build from regatta to regatta. You know, take the lessons you learned from the regatta before forward, and keep the communication consistent.
Okay, great, Ian. Well, very good luck today. 5 wins yesterday, so let's hope that Ian Williams keeps that performance up. We will, of course, be bringing you all the best coverage today between 2 and 4 o'clock. That's UTC +2. You can follow all the action at www.wmrt.com. So please do join us. If you can't, I will be back this evening with the show later tonight, so join us then.